Tonight, alarms are sounding across the country as state attorneys general prepare for what they describe as unprecedented threats to the integrity of the upcoming midterm elections. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says Democratic attorneys general are actively wargaming potential election interference scenarios, warning that red flags are no longer subtle. They are, in his words, sirens. Speaking about concerns over election security, Bonta made it clear that 24 Democratic attorneys general are coordinating efforts to prepare legal responses to any attempt to undermine free and fair elections. He emphasized that planning efforts include preparing for possible federal interference, intimidation at polling stations, misuse of federal agencies, and legal maneuvers targeting mail-in ballots. Bonta argued that if elections are to remain secure, the federal government, and particularly former President Donald Trump, should avoid interference altogether. He described recent rhetoric surrounding voter fraud and conspiracy theories as dangerous, reckless, and unsupported by evidence. Among the scenarios Democratic attorneys general are preparing for: potential military presence near polling stations, interference with vote-by-mail systems, attempts to invalidate ballots that were cast on time but received after Election Day, legislative efforts like the proposed Save America Act, which would require documentary proof of citizenship to vote, a measure critics say could disenfranchise millions of eligible voters. Bonta says his coalition has already successfully challenged certain executive actions in court and stands ready to take additional legal action if necessary. At the same time, the U.S. Department of Justice has filed lawsuits against multiple states over voter registration list practices. The latest round targets Utah, Oklahoma, Kentucky, West Virginia, and New Jersey, bringing the total number of states sued to 29. Interestingly, 4 of those states were won by President Trump in both 2020 and 2024. Despite that, governors and secretaries of state in Utah and West Virginia have publicly stated they will not provide certain voter data requested by the federal government, citing concerns over state authority and voter privacy. Bonta expressed hope that Republican attorneys general and state officials may ultimately join bipartisan efforts to safeguard election integrity. He emphasized that secure, accurate, and intimidation-free elections should be a shared American value, not a partisan issue. Meanwhile, another major story is unfolding in the corporate world. The proposed Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount Skydance merger is not yet finalized. According to Bonta, California's Department of Justice has launched an independent antitrust investigation into the deal. The state is examining whether the merger could reduce competition, raise consumer prices, lower wages, or diminish media quality and choice. Bonta stressed that even if the federal Department of Justice approves the merger, California, along with other states, has independent authority to block or challenge the deal if violations are found. With the merger process moving quickly, Bonta says his office is acting with urgency and expects developments in the coming days. As midterms approach and major corporate consolidations unfold, legal battles are intensifying, both in the halls of government and in the marketplace. The message from California's top law enforcement official tonight is clear. Preparations are underway, legal strategies are being drawn, and state-level resistance is ready if federal actions cross legal lines. The coming weeks could shape not only the outcome of elections, but the balance of power between state and federal authority. Stay with us for continuing coverage.